I am watching every horror movie on Netflix and breaking them down for you guys. This is episode 1 and let's start with a classic horror story. The story follows Elisa, a young woman who is traveling to her parents' house because she is planning to get an abortion, though she is still not completely sure about it. So naturally, she trusts a rideshare app online and begins her journey with 4 complete strangers. Inside the RV, we have 4 people: a travel blogger who is also the driver of the vehicle, a doctor, and a couple who has way too much energy. Basically, the perfect group not to survive. So, Elisa feels sick during the trip, so he stops for a bit, and then after this, Mark takes over driving. He starts drinking while driving, sees a dead goat in the middle of the road, so he panics and crashes into a nearby tree. And boom, after they wake up, they're in the middle of a dense forest. The path they were just traveling is completely vanished. No sight of people, no phone signals. The only thing that is in front of them right now is a creepy wooden cabin. Now, if you see a creepy random house in the middle of nowhere covered with creepy ritualistic symbols, we leave immediately. But no, they decided to go closer because clearly curiosity is greater than survival instinct. So they go on to inspect what is actually there inside the house, and Elisa finds the drawing of 3 deities who are worshipped through human sacrifice. At this point, the house is literally screaming run, but no, they decided to stay nearby because that is the only shelter they have. So at night, they hear some screams coming from inside the house. Normally, we do not go inside, but since we are not supposed to judge the decisions taken by the characters, especially in horror movies, they go inside to inspect what is happening, and upstairs they find a girl covered in hay. She's alive but unable to speak. So they are doing a rescue operation to rescue her. While this is going on, some masked figures come and they drag Mark away. He's brutally tortured and killed. Like everybody is just hiding and looking at all the thing that is happening because they thought they'll also get killed. At this point, they understood that they are not lost, they are food. So they try to escape the forest, but what do they find? A graveyard of abandoned cars. It basically means many people have tried escaping the forest, but they failed. And the best part, they travel in one direction, but they end up back where they started. Congratulations, you are in a horror loop. Since it is a classic movie, they are trying to cover all kinds of subgenres of horror, but you should definitely wait for the plot twist, you guys. That night, everything falls apart. Elisa wakes up and sees something terrifying. In front of the house, there is the full group of cult members standing there, and on the ritual stage, there is Ricardo, Sophie, and the other girl tied up. At this point, there is no hope left. There is no way of escaping. The only thing they can do is watching the whole scene that is happening there. And now the ritual begins. The 3 masked figures step forward, and what happens next is brutal. Sophie has her eyes gouged out, and Ricardo has his ears mutilated. These body parts are not just removed, they are placed on a giant scarecrow as part of the ritual. At the end, they were killed, while Elisa and Fabrizio, who is the travel blogger, are forced to watch everything. After witnessing all this, Elisa starts noticing something strange. Everything that is happening is way too perfect, perfectly timed, and too cinematic. That is when it starts hitting her. Earlier, Fabrizio had given everyone alcohol. He drugged all of them. And she notices something in his ear, an earpiece, where a lady is giving him instructions what to do. At this point, everything changes because this man is no longer a victim, he is part of everything that is going on out there. Elisa confronts Fabrizio, but he's not even trying hard to deny anything that is happening on out there. So while they're having a discussion, one of the cult members comes and drags her away. Next day, Elisa wakes up in a completely different situation. She's sitting at a large table and her hands are nailed to a chair, like literally nailed. Then she's taken to a secret control room, and this is where everything is exposed. There are cameras everywhere and monitors showing every movement. There is a full production setup, crew members, there was no cult, no rituals, nothing. This is all a film setup. Fabrizio finally reveals the truth. He's not just a travel blogger, but he is also a director, and his goal is to make a perfect horror story, a classic horror story using real people, real deaths, and real fear. At this point, this is no longer horror, this is something worse because this is not some ghost or rituals or cult, this is human doing. Just when it seems like it can't get any worse, it does. The girl that they find earlier in the house and the girl who is also on the ritual stage is not a victim as well. She is an actress, and the worst part is she is Fabrizio's sister, and all that emotional manipulation is also part of the script. Then Elisa finds something even more disturbing. This is not just one crazy director, the local mayor is involved and the mafia is funding all this. The entire thing is backed up by powerful people. That means this is not the first time and this is definitely not going to be the last. At this point, Elisa is done being part of the story. She somehow escapes and finds Fabrizio's sister outside. She shoots her without any hesitation, and she later confronts Fabrizio and shoots him as well. But the main part is she recalls everything because now she is doing everything that they were doing. She is turning reality into content. Elisa finally finds a way out and she escapes. She is finally free now. She walks onto a beach covered in blood, completely broken. There are people all around in the beach, and naturally they take out their phones and they start recording her. Even after being through everything, at the end she's still being turned into content. And just when you think it's over, the movie hits you one last time. In the post-credit scene, we see a user on an app called Bloodflix, yes, like where all the extreme content is uploaded. So everything that is being happening in that forest is to upload in dark web. Yes, that is what they're doing because people do actually watch it. So this is the end of a classic horror story, and now it's time for the scare meter. So the horror level is 6 out of 10 because it was not constantly scary and there were no jump scares. But for the concept, I'll definitely give an 8 out of 10 because the idea behind the movie is what actually made it disturbing. That's it for today's video. If you liked it, please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.